Hello and welcome to Zgermanguy Reviews. I am Zgermanguy. And a million times more welcome, my friends, to another edition of Kingdom Hearts, a retrospective. Let's not waste any time and begin right away. We begin with Ventus, who, after failing to tell Terra that he is worried about him and their friendship, runs away from home. His adventure truly begins at the diamond mine of the Seven Dwarfs. It is at this point where you see the difference of Ventus' story compared to Terra and Aqua. Ventus is more light-hearted and gets easily excited. Yes, I know this sounds strange, but it's true. Only now the story with Disney characters stops being so serious. For a brief time. The whole thing is just more joyful overall, because all the depressing stuff gets saved for later. Anyway, Ventus enters the mine and the dwarves think he is a diamond thief, so they bravely take cover. So nice of you to do all the work for me. Just let me get this one, and this one. Also, why are you, of all people, scared of a little boy? You are the same dudes who later hunt down the evil queen with the intention of lynching her. I just like to imagine Ventus taking one of the mining carts and coming out of the cave as if he was leaving a supermarket. The young Keyblade wielder catches the dwarves one after another. He tries to talk some sense into them, saying he's just searching for a friend, but they don't believe him. Realizing that it's no use, he wants to go to the castle to ask the people there. He comes across a terrified Snow White and asks what is going on.
These horrible trees! They tried to grab me!
It's okay. You were probably just seeing things.
Literally 30 seconds later, he is fighting tree demons. Snow White says she needs a place to sleep, and Ventus brilliantly suggests the House of the Seven Dwarfs. Because they have given you every reason to believe that they would help a random stranger, right? After finishing that, he goes outside to see if there are any onverse around. Meanwhile, the dwarfs return home and befriend their guest. When the young man comes back to tell her that everything is alright, the dwarfs still distrust us.
You mustn't be mauled. I mustn't be fooled by him, princess. Just go on and get.
Do you think I'm trying to sell you something? Have I become part of the latest conspiracy nut narrative? Do I look Jewish to you? What's going on here? And why do they distrust the person that has done nothing but trying to talk to them? And immediately do trust the person that has broken into their home? We know who you are! You are part of the capitalist, communist, Marxist world conspiracy! Leave us alone! Oh, hi there, honey. Yeah, you can put your stuff over there. Seriously, what's up with these guys? They act as if I killed their mother. Anyway, Snow White explains why she ran into the woods, saying a stranger with a key for a weapon helped her. Ventus realizes this person could only be Terra, and so he goes back outside to search for him. Annoyed, he pushes a big tree and Onverse aside, and screams for him in the flower field. Ambiguously gay moment. A few moments later he gives up and notices an apple that has rolled up to him, and thinks it belongs to an old woman that is walking down the path. Do you even see how far away she is from you? Yes, I too drop things from time to time and they roll away pretty far, but do you think before you were looking at her, she was traveling at the speed of light? Speed of light. Oh my god. This is going to be another dumbass concept in the Kingdom Hearts universe eventually. Imagine he hadn't seen her walking over there and had instead taken a bite. The prince would have to kiss him awake. Which he might be even into. The old woman, who is actually the evil queen in disguise on her way to poison Snow White, says Terra threatened her when he asked where Xehanort is. Which isn't even a lie, really. Ventus leaves the kingdom and travels far away to Cinderella's homeworld.
Somebody tell me how I got so small!
Don't ask me, it's your job to answer these questions. Did Ventus crash land on this planet and then the fairy godmother found him, decided to shrink him down, and then just to sociopathically troll him even more, put him in a mousetrap in the house of Lady Tremaine? Are we sure the fairy godmother is actually there to help and not secretly a trickster god? She was recently promoted in heaven to be also responsible for April 1st. She's trying so hard. Anyway, Cinderella, the good soul of the house, and really the only good soul in the house, sets him free.
How interesting. I've never seen a mouse like you before.
Are you actually serious right now? Lady, alert the press! There's illegal gene splicing going on. Or at the very least, a sick freak on the loose. Cinderella is called by her evil stepmother to get back to her duties. Jack explains her family tries to keep her busy all day so she can't finish her dress and go to the ball. Ventus decides to help his new mouse friend to complete Cinderella's outfit and searches for some jewelry and other stuff around the house and behind the wall. Good thing we are not in one of the houses in South Park. We have a quick conflict with Lucifer, the cat of the house, who for some reason fights like a VVE wrestler, and afterwards manage to get all the needed items back to Cinderella's room. After the young maid has left the room to prepare to go out, Jack and Ventus sit down and look at the stars. Jack asks him what Ventus' dream is.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
He replies he never really thought about it. He then realizes for the first time that he, Aqua and Terra all share the same goal of becoming Keyblade Masters. Hey, dude! These people I go to school with, they want to graduate too! And so he looks up, hoping his dream will become a reality one day. And completely having a deaf ear to the fact that her family is abusing her downstairs. The magic of dreams. Later, Ventus ends up in Aurora's castle, where he finds the princess sleeping.
Stop! You get away from her!
I wasn't raping. After the three fairies realize we are not Bill Cosby, they explain that Maleficent cursed Aurora and now stole her heart. When the three try to furthermore explain it is way too dangerous trying to storm Maleficent's castle, Ven answers he isn't afraid. His confidence makes the three ladies shrug off their fear and they show us the way. We break into the castle of evil and free Aurora's heart from imprisonment. We then run into Maleficent herself, who of course is filled with rage. With the help of the three fairies, we manage to beat her. It is here that we cross paths with Aqua, and we witness the same scene from earlier where Maleficent tells us how Terra stole Aurora's heart, and what she knows about the Keyblades and all that. Ventus tells Aqua he can't go home with her because he has to find his friend, so he runs away, leaving her alone with Evil Incarnate in one room. I think it would have been nice if the phones that we later have in Kingdom Hearts 3 had been invented a little bit earlier. Hey dude, I think we are going to lose our friendship. What? No, this is never going to happen, dude. Don't worry. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You are helping a bunch of villains. No, wait, this is complicated. I can't explain. Terra is typing. Later, Ventus is surfing through space again when suddenly Vanitas flies past him. Ventus pursues him and ends up in how America was supposed to look like after 8 years of Obama, according to conservatives. They could have made a reference to Wall-E in this world. Such a wasted opportunity. Vanitas starts to attack and defeats us with not much effort. He says he will kill us, even though that's against his master's orders. But then King Mickey appears, saving us from being pulverized and gives us a heal.
Keyblades are not something you use just to bully somebody around. Here, I'll show ya.
I say the whole world must learn of our peaceful ways. By force.
Vanitas is beaten to the ground, but stands right back up and disappears, saying we can consider ourselves on probation. Well, once my plane takes off, you will never see me again. I'm going to Tahiti, bitches!
Now we need money.
Ventus sees that Mickey owns a Keyblade, and so the king begins to explain that he is in training under Master Yensid. When he noticed that the universe was in trouble, he left without telling him. The Big Mouse says he has been traveling thanks to a magic object called the Star Shard that teleports him anywhere he wants to go. Or as I like to call it, the plot device shard. It brought him here without explanation, probably after he helped save Kairi. He thinks it can't be just a malfunction, since the moment he arrived here was just too perfect. And the king's theory is proven correct. Right after he has finished, the shard shines very brightly, transporting Ventus across the universe to the city of Radiant Garden. The boy follows Mickey Mouse, but gets stopped by a few of Ansem's guards, who will also later be part of Organization 13, like most of the scientists and servants of the castle. The Onverse appear, and the guards want to help us, but Vexen, who is not named Vexen yet, but Evan, orders them to defend the castle, and lets us do the work. Okay, fine, but then later you are buying me dinner. That should make us even. And then we get this great scene.
Ugh, how dare you! Back off, you fiend! Whoa, you'll not be getting my money.
Originally, Scrooge McDuck was supposed to be the main character in Ayn Rand's children's book. Oh man, how awesome would it be if he and Wario had a crossover game. Anyhow, you know what comes next. We defeat the monster, Terra and Aqua have a big fight, and Ventus is left all alone. We save a boy named Ienzo, who is the adopted son of Ansem and later will become Zexion. That's ridiculous. We all know that parents don't exist in Kingdom Hearts for the anime characters. They just pop into the world and then grow up by themselves. And the system works. You may wonder why this boy wears a lab coat. Well, in our personal journey entry, he is credited as one of Ansem's apprentices. As Ansem always likes to say, you can never start too early, toying around with the fundamental laws of nature, causing an apocalypse. Evan picks him up and thanks us for our help. We ask him about Terra and he gives us directions. We catch Terra right after he fought with Break and pledged allegiance to Xehanort. Of course, Ventus doesn't know any of that, so he tries to convince Terra to take him with him. He replies that he simply can't do that, but he knows Ventus will be there if he should need him. Ventus returns to Aqua, who also tells him she won't take him with her. Because of this, Ven gets depressed and starts to remember the good old days with his friends, when everything was simple. And clean. He plays around with his toy Keyblade and accidentally drops it. A boy named Lee and his friend Isa show up. Lee says his Keyblade is nice, but it's nothing compared to his... knee pads? Lee challenges Ventus to a fight for fun. You quickly realize that he and Ventus have extremely good chemistry together. Lee says they are friends now, which is what he should get memorized. Most likely, right now, a million different questions pop into your head. Don't worry, this is known as the Kingdom Hearts effect. We then arrive in the homeworld of Hercules, where Phil is making clear that he can't train more heroes right now.
I got 2 words for you. Student-teacher ratio.
1, 2...
And why can't you train more than one person at a time? Let's be honest, you are not exactly a martial arts expert, Mr. Schwabble Goldman. You are more of a glorified gym teacher with wisdom to share. Some unversed appear, and after Phil saw Oz fight, he decides to give Zack a chance to become a student. If he proves hopeful, then he will train him instead of Herc. Oh yeah, this is about Zack, not Oz, because obviously Ventus still has a master. But Phil, are you sure Zeus is just going to be okay with you throwing Hercules back on the street? Ventus wants to join the games too, just for the fun of it, but Phil tells him Zack just took the last open spot, so instead he decides to help Hercules train. With Phil's pots. Always the shittiest, most annoying quest in all of the Kingdom Hearts games. You know, I'm pretty sure Phil just screwed up the online order and now uses his students for garbage disposal. Hercules and Zack win one fight after another, and both end up in the finals. Zack promises a fair fight. However, the games get interrupted by Unversed, who attack the city. But Ven says he is going to take care of them, because this match is just too important. Yes, exactly! A fight that we could just reschedule to any other day of the week, but won't because Phil had to buy an eraser from the general store for his calendar? Yeah, I'm sorry, little Timmy, that your mother got her eyes and fingers eaten. We only had one hero available at the time, because the others were fighting each other instead of the bad guys. Almost like comic book heroes. In the city, a little army is waiting for our Ventus, but he gets help from Hercules, who said to himself, fuck it, this is more important than a stupid match. Shortly after, Zack shows up too, saying the same thing, only he couldn't run so fast apparently. Hercules, because he was the first one to run away from the match, fears that he is the loser, but it turns out the match wasn't the point. Phil explains, to be a hero it takes more than just muscle. A hero must care about people. And because Hercules proved he understood that a little bit quicker than Zack, that makes him the winner. Yeah, that and your dad showed up this morning on my doorstep. You have no idea what ambrosia can do to your butt. Phil continues, admitting he never had any plans to train anybody else but Hercules. It was just to motivate him a little. Wow, what a way to get Zack's hopes up only to destroy them. Asshole. It's the same kind of motivation tactic they love to use in schools as well, and that actually borders on psychological warfare. If you fail this one test, you're gonna die all alone, freezing and drowning in your own piss on the street. So better keep up. Anyway, I'm done for today. Meet me to another episode the next time. Zgermanguy out and auf Wiedersehen.
got 2 words for you. Student-teacher ratio.
1, 2,
3 fabulous flyers!